people not only in Niger State, but also...
Still a chance for Iron Robin! It's...
Let him shoot, let him shoot! No problem!
That the government upgrades
the vision is the long overstatement on it.
He accused the APC league.
life of people not only in Niger State, but also...
Still a chance for Iron Robin! It's...
Let him shoot, let him shoot! No problem!
Good afternoon, thanks for joining us. This is Gallery TV News Updates at 4. I'm Eleje Chidima. On the news headline, FDP President Dr. Akiumi, additional recipient of honorary degree, sent goodwill message for the 2022 Conference of Speakers and Heads of African Parliament. Why we want Jonathan back in Asorok, says Flani Group. NNPC blamed fuel scarcity on long public holidays, increased purchase. Still on the news, Councilman to die by hanging for killing 5-year-old nephew. And on business news, prepare for worse fuel scarcity, petrol marketers alert Nigerians. On sports news, American boxer Mayweather visits Amechi plans boxing academy in Nigeria. On entertainment news, Tem debut #1 on Billboard Hot 100 charts. And on foreign news, 4 dead, 70 injured in Bolivian university stampede. And on the news in detail, FDP President Dr. Akiumi, additional recipient of honorary degree, sent goodwill message for the 2022 Conference of Speakers and Heads of African Parliament. American Duke University conferred the President of FDP, Dr. Akiumi, additional and honorary Doctor of Human Letters during its 2020 commencement ceremony in Doha, North Carolina. Additional received the honorary Doctor of Human Letter in recognition of his career achievement in agriculture, the innovative high-five development priority for Africa, which he conceived shortly after his election as president of the continent's premier development finance institution in 2015. Duke University President Vincent E. Price said Additional is a globally renowned developmental economist. Akiumi Additional is currently the 80th president of the AFDP. As president, Dr. Additional has launched High Fives, an initiative that has impacted lives of about 350 million Africans by improving energy access, industrialization, and food security. He served as a commissioner for Global Climate Commission for Adaptation, leading international efforts to help prepare countries to respond to the current and future impacts of climate change. He is also one of the 23 global leaders spearheading the UN initiative to help world hunger and malnutrition before becoming president. Dr. Additional served as the Minister of Agriculture in Nigeria while he led efforts to end corruption, attracted billions in private investments, and helped address food insecurity. For his efforts, Dr. Additional was a recipient of the 2017 World Food Prize. Giving his goodwill message, he commended all the speakers from Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, Senegal for organizing the 2022 Conference of Speakers and Heads of African Parliaments. In his speech, he emphasized on the effects of COVID-19 on economic growth in African countries. He talked about the 16% of vaccinated Africans compared to the rest of the world. He urged the president not to lag towards the health sector and focus on the healthcare defense system, which are building of local facilities, developing local vaccine manufacturing capabilities, and build quality healthcare infrastructures. He made known the AFDP Food Emergency Development Plan worth about $1.5 billion to support African countries. Why we want Jonathan back in Asorok, says Flani Group. As after former President Goodluck Jonathan publicly rejected the All Progressive Congress presidential expression of interest and nomination form, Secretary of the Flani Group, Usman Mohammed, he vowed that Jonathan won't leave the country without accepting it. The group, which is an extraction of the nomadic Fulani and the Almajiris community, stormed the International Conference Center in Abuja on Monday evening to procure the form. The news of Jonathan purchasing APC presidential form on Monday got Nigerians wondering if he was truly considering return to Asarok on the platform of ruling party. Reacting swiftly to the report, the ex-vice and deputy governor disassociated himself from the purported APC presidential form, which he described as an insult. He disclosed this in a statement issued on Monday night by his spokesman, Ikechukwu Eze, that he didn't authorize the purchase. Still on the news, NNPC blames fuel scarcity on long public holidays, increased purchase. The NNPC Limited has blamed the sudden appearance of fuel queues in Abuja on low road out at depot, which said to occasion by the long public holidays. Fuel queue have resurfaced over the weekend in first FCT and neighboring states. In a statement issued by its spokesperson Gabardine Muhammad, the NNPC said it has upheld local supplies and national stock in excess of 2.5 billion liters with a sufficiency of more than 43 days. It also stated that another contributing factor to the sudden appearance of queues in the increased fuel purchase, which is also usual with returning residents of the federal capitals from the public holidays. Councilman to die by hanging for killing 5-year-old nephew. A Kano State High Court presided by Justice Usman Naaba has sentenced a 19-year-old man, Ibrahim Kali, to death by hanging for killing his nephew, 5-year-old nephew, Ahmad Ado, by sellotape his nose and mouth. Kali, whose address was not provided by the court, was convicted on 2 counts of kidnapping and culpable homicide. In his judgment, Justice Naaba held that the prosecution had proven their case beyond reasonable doubt and consequently sentenced the convict to 14 years imprisonment for kidnapping. Naaba also sentenced the convict to death by hanging for homicide. Earlier, the prosecution counsel, Mr. Lamido Sorodinki, has informed the court that the convict committed the offense sometime in 2019 at Kwakwasara Quarter in Kano Metropolis. Sorodinki said the defendant kidnapped his sister's son, Ado, and in the process used a sellotape to cover his nose and mouth and buried him in a shallow grave at Sobuwa Sheka in Kano State. On business news, prepare for worse fuel scarcity, petrol marketers alert Nigerians. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria have asked the Nigerians to prepare for the worst fuel crisis. To avoid this, the Petrol Marketers Association asked the federal government to prevail on the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to pay its members the outstanding bridging claim amounting to over 500 million naira. The IPMAN chairman in Kano State, Bashi Damalam, made the remark while addressing a news conference in Kano State on Monday. He said the failure of the NMDPRA to pay the bridging claim, otherwise known as the transportation claim, had forced many of its members out of business as they couldn't transport the commodity due to high cost of diesel. On sports news, American boxer Mayweather visits Amechi, plans boxing academy in Nigeria. American boxer and promoter Floyd Mayweather said he plans to establish a boxing academy in Africa, especially in Nigeria, to build young fighters. Mayweather, a former WBC super featherweight champion, stated this when he visited All Progressive Congress presidential aspirant and Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi at his Abuja residence early Monday morning. On entertainment news, Thames debut #1 on Billboard Hot 100 chart. Temilade Okpeni, Nigerian singer professionally known as Thames, have made her debut at the #1 spot on Billboard Hot 100 chart. The song straight hit the mark with her feature on Wait For You by American rapper Future. The track also featured Canadian artist Drake and is the 7th on Future's new LDP album, I Never Liked You. While this is her first #1, Thames have earlier debuted on the Hot 100 last year, October, with her feature on SS Remix. The hit song by Wizkid also featured Justin Bieber and peaked at number 9 on the chart. Afrobeat star Wizkid was the first Nigerian to reach the top of Billboard Hot 100 with his feature on Drake's song, One Dance. Lastly, on foreign news, 4 dead, 17 injured in Bolivian University stampede. At least 43 inmates died on Monday in Ecuador, latest Greece prison riots, the public prosecutor said. Authorities said a fight broke out between the rival Los Lobos and R7 gang inside the Bella Vista prison in Santo Domingo de los Colorados, in the center of Ecuador, some 80 kilometers, 50 miles from Quito. During the riots, at least 112 people tried to escape but were detained by security forces inside the prison grounds, said Carrillo. Inmates with facial injuries were taken by trucks and ambulance to medical facilities, while family members of those incarcerated gathered at the prison looking for information. And that will bring us to the end of news at 4 at the Gallery TV. I'm Elede Chidema. For more information, do visit us via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Elede Chidema. Thanks for watching.
Life of people not only in Niger State, but also
Still a chance for Ryan Robin. It's
NNPC. Come from God!
That the government upgrades
This division is the loan overstatement on ethnic
He accused the APC lead